Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. In most homes, the family photograph albums are treasured possessions. It's the photograph albums that people identify as the one thing they'd likely save if their home was threatened by fire. Because photographs provide that tangible bridge back to remember milestones that chart our life's journeys. We can watch our children faces change over time, and we can revisit a moment in time and all the emotions that go with it. We can reflect on the highs and the lows and remember just how much we have changed and achieved with that passage of time. And that's why today I thought I would start my time with you by remembering some of the moments in the journey of the Peel region. This is an image of the old Mandurah traffic bridge, built in 1894. The photo was kindly supplied by the City of Mandurah and their community museum. It shows a landscape with features that are very familiar to those of you who grew up along Western Australia's beautiful coastline. It also shows the beginning of a journey. In 1898, around the time this photo was taken, the population of Mandurah was just 160 people, 95 men and 65 women. They ventured south from the growing settlement of Perth to embrace new opportunities. By 1950, the population had grown to around 1,500 people. This aerial photo dates back from the estuary to the 1950s. But the real step change for the region came in the 1970s and the 1980s, when Mandurah experienced a period of rapid growth as an attractive retirement destination or sea change option following the development of Alcoa's Pinjarra refinery. In July 1987, when Mandurah was upgraded to town status, it had a population of around 20,000 people. And this photo that you see was taken in the 70s. But since that time, Mandurah's population has continued to grow. And on the 14th of April 1990, Mandurah town attained its city status. And today, Mandurah is one of the top tourist destinations in Western Australia and has a growing and diverse population of more than 83,000 people, and is part of the Peel region's 120,000 people. I think it's timely to reflect on the growth of the region from its first steps as a young community full of energy and promise to the modern city it is today as part of the Peel region. It's timely to look back as we consider the way ahead, because the Peel region is coming of age, and the decisions we make today must be designed with that future in mind. I think it's also important to understand why Landcorp should be at the table as we consider the next steps for the Peel region. For me, the answer is simple. When it comes to land and infrastructure development in Western Australia, Landcorp is unique. We're unique because we operate across the city and across its outer metropolitan areas. But importantly, we also work in regional Western Australia, from Kununurra in the north to Esperance in the south. Merredin and Pannawonica are just some of the other places where we've operated. We're also unique because we unlock land for living when we think big, and we think big when it's needed. But importantly, we also think small when it's needed too, depending on the circumstances of the individual area. We are responsible for establishing entire new communities, such as Coburn Central, developments in which we will deliver everything from the streetscape and the residential housing mix to the commercial and retail opportunities that follow that. And importantly, we're on track to deliver on the state government's infill targets, with more than 40 projects across Perth and, importantly, other areas of Western Australia to contribute to that. We're also unique that a big part of our role is to unlock land for job creation. Landcorp's statewide industrial program ensures that land is made available to create and grow economic and employment opportunities. Landcorp is responsible not only for creating places for people to live and socialise, but also their places of work. At any given time, we have 150 projects on our books. Among them are several landmark industrial and residential projects located here in the Peel region. So we have a vital interest and an important strategic role to play in the next stage of this region's growth. Today I want to focus on our role in unlocking land for living and land for jobs in the next phase of the Peel story. The region has the fastest growing population in Western Australia. Forecasts suggest Mandurah's population as part of the Peel region could double by 2031. Today, Mandurah boasts an excellent transport service to Perth, being on the southernmost extension to the Perth rail network. However, its growth poses real challenges for land and infrastructure development. Landcorp has played a key role in creating the city we know today. More than a decade ago, the opening of Mandurah Ocean Marina, where we gather here today, set a new benchmark in Australian property development. It was Australia's first fully integrated marina, a single destination for maritime, residential, commercial, tourism and recreational uses. And it was a collaborative effort at the time between the Peel Development Commission, the City of Mandurah and various other state government agencies to make this dream come to reality. As part of it, we created a new and very popular way for living on Mandurah's water's edge. And today the marina is a major tourism drawcard, attracting visitors and locals alike. But the reality is that the current mix of available housing options available in the Peel region won't cater for all of the region's forecast population growth. And as we plan today to meet tomorrow's growth, it's essential that we listen to what the community is telling us about how and where they want to live, and importantly, how and where they want to work. From young professionals to retirees, people are telling us very clearly that they want more options. They want to be located close to transport, close to entertainment precincts in the heart of Mandurah, close to the water, close to work and close to leisure activities. They are telling us they want diversity in their living options. They want the choice of multi-storey developments, townhouses and apartment living, in addition to the options they have of single residential housing choices. They want access to cycle paths, walking paths, open spaces, cafes, retail, public transport options, all the things that we expect to have in other areas, but they want that in the Peel region as well. They understand and endorse the sustainability benefits of creating density near the city's major transport and employment routes along the Mandurah to Perth railway line. And they want to be able to live in a community that offers different choices for different stages of their lives. The people of Peel want the same access to diverse housing as their city cousins do. They understand the need to address urban sprawl and the congestion that comes with it. In short, people in the Peel also want a new way of living. Landcorp has listened to the community, and our investment in Mandurah Junction Activity Centre demonstrates our commitment to delivering medium and high density options within the Peel region. In many ways, Mandurah Junction is a landmark development for Landcorp. It's designed to transform the rail precinct into a gateway to Mandurah and to create a destination for a new way of living. A new way of living that will enable people to live, work and play in their local neighbourhood. A new way of living which places a high value on having a connected community, affordable housing options and a sustainable and natural environment, all elements that we've heard of from the other speakers this morning. The development has seen the reintroduction of a modern version of the 1950s masonette into the West Australian property market. For those of you unfamiliar with the term masonette, it comes from the French word of maison, meaning a small house. In modern terms, it's a self-contained single-floor apartment in a multi-storey building with its own external stairway access. Working in partnership with BGC Impressions Group, the masonette was reinvented as a modern and affordable housing product in Mandurah Junction and has since been readopted across the industry across Western Australia. This is an example of where Landcorp's commitment to delivering leadership and innovation can change the way we interpret the way we live into the future. In coming years, the Mandurah Junction development will be home to more than 2,000 people in 950 homes. It'll be a destination for a new way of living here in the Peel region. While we all recognise the importance of developing land and infrastructure to house the region's growing population, we also need to ensure that this residential development happens in tandem with industrial development for jobs. The simple reality is that great communities are supported and sustained by great industries, and those industries must have a place to grow and thrive. To be competitive, modern industries need to connect easily to major transport routes. They need access to modern facilities which enable them to attract and retain a long-term and engaged workforce. We have a critical role to play in unlocking the industrial land which is central to the region's future. Opening up industrial land is the catalyst for economic development and growth in a region. Because when we create jobs, there are positive ripple effects and benefits that flow to the community. I'm sure the audience would be very familiar with the long-term issues of high unemployment in the Peel region. Jobs growth has not kept pace with population growth, and the region's youth unemployment statistics are unacceptably high. Mandurah is also home to the state's highest per capita FIFO workforce, which can be a reflection of that. The state government is working on a number of initiatives to address employment in the region, with one longer-term solution being the provision of more industrial land. When it comes to unlocking industrial land, Landcorp's guided by the state government's Economic and Employment Land Strategy, or commonly termed EALS. This is a plan that will ensure the availability of industrial land in WA for the next 20 years and beyond, and it acknowledges the critical role that industrial land has to play in job creation. In the Peel region, Landcorp has developed the Pinjarra Industrial Estate to meet the growing needs of small businesses and suppliers and contractors. The estate is located just 7 minutes from the Perth to Bunbury Highway, so it provides ready access for business owners servicing the likes of two of the region's biggest employers, of Alcoa and Boddington Gold. The first stage of the estate is already home to a number of businesses, including Murray Engineering and Huckleberry Tank and Water Service. 2 other sites in the region are earmarked for future industrial development. Nambilup is a large site of 1,148 hectares in size. To put that into context, that's almost twice the size of the Canning Vale industrial estate from the Perth metropolitan area. And Landcorp has assisted owners to develop an innovative cost-sharing model for that precinct, which will help see this industrial development estate coming on stream within the coming years. And I noticed today in the blueprint that it's also one of the transformational projects that is listed to unlock the potential of the Peel region. With a view to longer-term growth, Landcorp's also invested in service planning for 229 hectares of land at West Pinjarra. When there's sufficient demand, we'll move forward with the development and look to work with the private sector landowners to enable them to meet the needs of the market there. All of these industrial developments are planned to create jobs in Peel and underpin the region's economic diversification strategy. Experience tells us this model works. Bringing quality industrial land to market drives jobs creation and strengthens communities. I'll share an example. The Western Trade Coast is an area of industrial land stretching from Henderson to Rockingham. It includes the Australian Marine Complex, the Latitude 32 Industrial Development, the Kwinana Industrial Area and the Rockingham Industrial Area. Latest figures show that 64% of workers in this industrial precinct live in the local area. This means they travel a short distance to work, relieving congestion and sustaining the development of residential properties in the surrounding suburbs. At the heart of the Western Trade Coast is the Australian Marine Complex, or the AMC as it's sometimes referred to. Last year, the AMC celebrated its 10th anniversary, and its achievements in that decade are worth noting. Since opening in 2003, the facility has exceeded all expectations. From a joint federal and state initial investment of $200 million, the AMC has now generated more than $1.4 billion for the local economy. And since 2003, the facilities have created some 10,000 jobs as it's completed 368 projects. I think you'll agree these numbers are compelling and paint the story as to why we need to invest in industrial complexes. Landcorp is committed to investing in land for jobs and will continue to invest in the Peel region to create much needed jobs for its residents. So having thumbed through the photo album for the Peel region, it's clear that recent decades have brought incredible growth and change. I'm very proud of the role that Landcorp has played in that growth in supporting the development of this diverse and vibrant region, which is going through its growth spurt. The challenge for us now is to imagine what the photographs in that Peel album will look like in 30 years' time. I believe the land and infrastructure foundations are in place now, and that we need to ensure that the next steps are made with confidence to deliver on those pieces. Landcorp will continue to innovate and be there to create new and exciting ways for people of the Peel regions to live and work. Thank you all very much.